Hello everyone, welcome to Tarot by Cecilia on Patreon and Facebook members only. This is your weekly tarot guidance for the week of November the 5th through the 11th of 2018. And you know what I think I'm going to do is try to share this with others this week, because this is the defining week of 2018. Alright, there is no doubt in my mind. And for this week's reading, I also have a brand new deck that I used in my Virgo reading for November, and I absolutely love it. Okay, it's called Sawyer's Path, and it's a really cool deck. I'll probably try to start showing it on the blog and the page very soon. Now, why am I so excited about this week, you ask? Okay, the whole entire week is a big deal here, all right, because there are major shift changes that are coming in, and it starts on the 6th. It's actually been leading up to, but when we get to the 6th, there's a bunch of things that are happening. First we're going to have Uranus, which is currently retrograde in Taurus at 0 degrees, square with the true node at 0 degrees Leo. And Uranus has been in Taurus since May, and that true node has been in Leo, the north node, since 18 months. Okay, the Leo Aquarius eclipses that we've talked about. Right, now, not long after that, like not even 10 minutes later, that true node is going to enter Cancer. So we're going to have the north node in Cancer and the south node in Capricorn. So we're going to be talking all things Cancer, Capricorn over the next 18 months. Also, on the same day, not even an hour later, Uranus retrograde is going to go back into the sign of Aries. What was going on in your life over the last, say, almost 8 years while Uranus was in Aries? Okay, going to be time to revisit all of that and take care of it. Okay, get it finished up once and for all, because Uranus only makes its way around to a sign once every 84 years. So once it's done with Aries, it won't be back, probably in your lifetime. Now, with this here, we know the nodes are switching for 18 months. When Uranus re-enters Aries on the 6th, it will continue its retrograde and then go direct on January the 6th. It will remain in Uranus. Yeah, I'm saying that backwards. Uranus will remain in Aries through March the 6th before re-entering Taurus for the next 7 years. Okay, now on the 7th, wow, this is all, see, it's like great days in a row. They're like back to back, and you're going to be going wow, wow, wow all week at the things you see happening. On the 7th, we will have a trine between Jupiter and that true node in Cancer. Now, Jupiter, as of the 7th, is at the very, very tail end. We're talking the extreme tail end, about as extreme as you can get, of Jupiter in Scorpio. Okay, think about that. And then also think about the fact that on the very same day, moments later, minutes later, okay, 15 minutes later, there's a new moon in Scorpio. Okay, now, what does that mean for you? All right, there's a lot here. You have the potential, even though, Venus is retrograde, Mercury is in shadow, you have the potential to put out something really important in your intentions, okay? Can't say to you what it is. I think only you know what it is. It probably depends upon where Jupiter has been and where Jupiter is going, because on the 8th, Jupiter will move into Sagittarius to spend almost 13 months, and it will not leave and move into Capricorn until December 2nd of 2019. All of those things that I was referring to, Jupiter and Sagittarius, already has a guidance that's out, very informative. There will be one for Uranus and Aries. There will be one for the north and south nodes in Cancer and Capricorn. Also, obviously, the new moon. So that's a lot to absorb this week with all of these major energy shifts. Now, this is a transition that you're beginning to a much brighter spot. The universe is guiding you toward what will make you happy. All right, so this is a new leg of the journey that's opening up. It comes in a couple of phases. You really need to follow my long-term, lengthier guidances to totally understand this. But let's just say you're at the beginning, okay? And there is a certain amount of resolve here to, break out and break free from anything that you feel has been holding you back. And this is a great thing because it means, that path is finally opening up. Where if you felt restrictions in your life, like you didn't think you had the choices available to you and you could only see one road ahead and you didn't know how to get off of it, right? That's all changing. However, what you need to keep in mind is all of this change starts, coming in and enveloping your life this week, is that not all things work out. The best way I can explain this so that maybe you understand where I'm coming from, it's not to say that there's something bad or sad that's happening this week. It could be more to do with where are you going from here. And let's say maybe you had a marriage that you need to dissolve. You need a divorce. Something that's going on there. Finally getting to that point. That type of a thing, all right? So there's sadness around it. It didn't work out. The marriage may have disappointed you for whatever reason. But what I see here is that there's so much more that you're getting ready to create. And that is what you really need to keep in mind, because you're putting all of that, like this change is just pushing you forward into the future. Are you ready for it? Some things are hard for me to explain because I know most people don't see how the universe weaves things together. Okay, so the best you can do as a human, as a spiritual being, is to, simply go with the flow. Don't be too rigid where you're not flexible enough to allow the change in. Like sometimes when you have a plan in life, you have to be flexible with that plan, okay? I think that by January things are changing, with the plan, but in a very good way. There is a need here as you go along, and all these changes just seem to be washing over you. You may not be noticing them completely, but just keep everything, keep your priorities straight, like everything that you have going on. Because what we have right now, we still have Venus retrograde. We have Mercury in shadow. And when we come back next week to talk, Mercury's going to retrograde. So there's not a forward push here, even though there is a desire to get out of this mode. This is not an overnight thing, but there definitely is a shift in energy. Now, as I look at this, the universe has been showing you that there's a different way. Like I said, getting on a different path. There's something going on here. All right, so this shift is a good thing for you because it allows you to see things differently, even as far as like where you need to increase your efforts, okay? Where you really need to stay put with some things and be flexible with others, okay? So this is good that this is giving you this new perspective, because really what is happening, I mentioned that this was like a, two-phase kind of thing. At least it's two phases that I see so far. The first phase starts now, all right? And it ends in March when Uranus re-enters Taurus. And then the next phase is kind of playing out over June and August once you get past that March time frame. Okay, so there's a great deal that's here. And I know that this is a weekly, but I always talk about everything that I see. Intuitively, you know the things you need to choose. It's like you know what's right. You may have been ignoring what's right, but I think you're going to figure it out. And, this 5 months, you are going to, be victorious in these areas. I really feel it's wherever Uranus is involved for you. Putting the struggles, I'm upset because I haven't been able to make anything be for the time period I want it to be for. That's because this is so powerful this week, okay? You're going to see, pay attention, write it all down, record it, whatever, video it, because what starts happening in your life this week, or maybe even as of the beginning of this month, is just true. You're going to see, all right? Because you're putting, an end to the struggles, okay? Where you're putting issues to rest one by one. So there is definitely more peace by February. Now, there's so much potential with this move of Jupiter this week, okay? Jupiter is in Sagittarius as of the 8th. That's home. It's comfortable, and Jupiter has so much, expansion to bring to your life. So wherever it comes for you, it's going to be better than it would be pretty much anywhere else. Okay, I don't even know that if you can begin to imagine. That's what I'm saying. This is an incredible year. Now there is, the manifestation of opportunities coming up. I want to say more so, maybe you're going to see with this new moon, all right, it's coming this week. Maybe you won't see it. It might take 2 weeks. You could go for a job interview. You could be doing something, but I kind of feel like it's something that not necessarily where it brings you more money, but a financial opportunity. So keep that in mind, whatever you have going on. The renewal of a relationship. Now, boy, people hurt each other. They do that very frequently. Sometimes people hurt each other because they don't want to hurt someone. Think about that for a few minutes, okay? Maybe someone doesn't feel that they are relationship material, so they're like, I'll just go live my life over here because, so-and-so is a good woman, and, she deserves better than what I can give right now. Did they ask you? Okay, you know what I'm saying? So there's something going on here, all right? But remember, Venus is still retrograde, so the timing of it all, I question the timing. So don't get all excited, because I feel like there's limits around this, okay? Don't go getting all thinking, oh, so-and-so called me, so-and-so texted me. Whatever this is about, it's not, I feel like it's not time, because time is very key in this part. It's almost like putting the cart before the horse, so to speak. All right, so what I'm going to say here is that in order to put things in their proper order, so that whatever this is about has better timing, it shows you need to take care of what you have going on first. All right, the universe is demanding it this time. There is no like, I'll just go over here and do what I please. It's not happening that way. Get all of your things in life sorted out and work on them and make them your priority. Okay, that's what you should be thinking this week. Not about the end result, not about, I want to go over here and I want to be happy and I want this to happen. Think about all the things in life, all those loose ends that you need to tie up. You do that first. Put your heart and your soul into it. And it's more than rewarding. It's fulfilling, and it's as though your luck improves by doing this. I know of no other way to say it. Now, I'll tell you what. How long have you said, life just doesn't feel fair? Boy, is that changing. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Absolutely changing. See, I think you notice it more by January. I don't think you're seeing it now, because look at it this way. You're in retrograde season until January 6th. Uranus will be the last planet to go direct, and then we will be retrograde free from January 6th to March the 6th. And throughout this reading, what I notice is that from this week forward, even though you haven't arrived yet, life has set sail for brighter shores. Okay, and I'm telling you, like the beginning of the year, it starts getting even brighter. Okay, I love this. I absolutely love this. Wow, there is something to be said for those who have the compassion to console others, in their difficult times. And it's not always about money and finances and everything, but I feel as though with what Jupiter is bringing to so many of you, plus all of these other things that are going on, all right, and Uranus coming in to help you fix your life, I think that there is a more compassionate soul in every one of us that starts to show, that starts to want to help and comfort others in their times of need. And I don't know how that translates, but I think it just becomes, like being a nicer person, a kinder person. Let somebody in front of you when you're, they're waiting to get out of a parking lot. It can be the simplest of things, but it really feels good about who you are, because you have embarked on the part of your journey that's allowing you to put all of your fears and the things, where you felt cheated in life and it was eluding you. You're going to be putting all of that behind you. Like I said before, like between June and August. I don't know why we're so far out, but it's like they want you to know. All right. Definitely there is no rushing forward here. While there may be instances that come up occasionally, that demand your immediate attention, that's different. You're just going forward, and you're doing so in a proper, respectable manner. Okay. Now, this is also with Jupiter coming in. There is pretty much really for everyone in some way, shape, or form things to be learned this year. All right. And you can really, see, you have greater control, and you're able to hold any ground that you've gained on this journey. You're able to maintain it through what you learn, because we always need to keep up with the times. Boy, I'll tell you, see, having patience for that new you is emerging. And I really think that's in that March, April timeframe. This is amazing to me. Okay, I'm laughing to myself because I'm like, what? Oh, it is all coming. All right. Not just the happiness, but, the wishes, all the hopes and dreams. Is it right this minute? No, it's not. But I'm here to tell you that before this time next year, anything where you have questioned, when will I? Why can't I? When will it happen? It happens before this time next year, because you are really totally taking charge of your life. Like all these fuzzy areas that have been there, once these retrogrades are over right now and more clarity comes in for you, it's like you continue and you know which way to go. There might be a few path choices along the way, but I see nothing but success that's coming. That's why whatever this is, if someone shows up during Mercury retrograde, or even the Venus retrograde this week, it's not time, okay? Don't get all excited about it. Know that you will be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be, when the timing is right. Oh, man. See, I think things really start moving forward by April. Okay, I mean, they're moving forward, to make myself more clear here, but it's the idea of the things that you're fixing in your life so that you can move forward. It's like right here this week, it's just right there. You whether you didn't think a door would open or whatever, you are being guided to where you need to go. All right. So get in that tram car and let it take you, because I'm telling you, you're on your way. Amazing times. Absolutely amazing. Look at this. See? Because March is going to be important. There's something about getting this Uranus and Aries out of the way. I feel like a broken record. I really, truly do. But I'll be honest with you. If you have been paying attention to all of this while Uranus was in Aries up until May, then you know all of the, not necessarily havoc, but yes, for many it was havoc. It wreaked with your life, okay? Whatever area it touched. And this is your opportunity to set yourself up for a very long time to come. So that's why from the 6th forward, the steps you take, the things you do, they matter the most. All right? They absolutely do. I can't begin to tell you, because, by March, you're giving birth to the next part of, the next phase of this part of the journey. Because, like I said, it's a 2-part thing, and the 2 parts are taking you to where you want to be. There might be a third part thrown in there somewhere, but I think it kind of meshes in with the second. Call me crazy for saying that, but you know, I'm going to say that that's like around June. Okay, see, but there's the April and June are kind of mixed in there together for some reason, because it continues, like maybe it grows from there. That's the best way that I can put it for you. It's all about choices that you make. Get ready, you know. Life is about to blow the lid off of things. Now, here's something that's important to pay attention to, okay? Because one of the biggest challenges, like you may just want to zoom forward. And, you know, this is over in here with that person that could show up during, you know, Venus or Mercury retrograde. And you have to be realistic. Sometimes, you know, we can put blinders on to people and how they truly are. And that's not a good thing. All right, so, you know, you have to be realistic about whatever happened in the past, because I see worry here, like, will someone change or won't they? I think that they can. All right, see, there's a lot of success with that, but the success does not come until April. Okay, you have to do what's important for you. So let's say, I think I mentioned it earlier, let's say you need a divorce. Get the divorce taken care of. Then go find your one true love and be with the person that you want to be with, okay? Don't do it ass backwards, or you're just going to have to go do it all over again. Pretty much that's how it reads here. And, you know, I can't emphasize that to you enough. And that is probably why they're showing me all of this for all of this time when it's for a week. Because you may get started thinking about this as the energies shift this week. They're shifting in a very big way. So your perspective begins to shift with all of the, you know, things that are going on around you, all of the events that are taking place. And I'm talking, this is really big stuff. It's not all necessarily for you either. Sometimes the changes that take place in your life are a result of the changes that are taking place in someone else's life. So it's important to bear in mind, if you're just sitting there thinking, because I get too many people to say to me, I've been waiting for something to happen to me. Well, you know, maybe something needs to happen to someone else. And once that does, then it comes. You do you. You go take care of whatever has been going on in your life over the last 7 years. Know that you're not going to go back to that life. You're going forward to a new and better life. And, you know, that opening for that life is there in April. All right, you're going to see signs of it before then. It's just that if you see anything this week, next week, the timing is all wrong, okay? But it's coming. I want you to know that it's coming, because there is something really, truly beautiful being created here. And you have a complete fresh start on its way. You need to trust in the universe to guide you, because something tells me when I look at this that while you have choices in here that you can make, remember, you have free will. And you are in control. You're in control of what makes your life secure. That is a given here. But, you know, the universe is trying to kind of push you off in the right direction to get you going. And then you get to make the choice. I'm going to do this, or am I going to do that? So pay close attention, people. This is not a time to be, you know, lollygagging around and missing the boat. All right, so I want to thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you again real soon. Take care.